And I'm Hunter. This is the Family Showdown!
Hello? Hello? Testing? Testing? Still there? Yay! Welcome! It's nice to get back onto, like, the 2019 routine. We're starting over, starting fresh. So exciting. And now we've got our first top 10-ness list of the year, starting with our awesome gaming experiences that we had with a lot of you peoples last year. No comment?
Sorry, I'm doing technical stuff. Keep talking.
Technical mumbo jumbo. Yes. So sorry we're late. I guess
we just froze.
We like did stuff. I don't know if you can hear me. Apparently we froze. Hold on with our internet. It was down last night. I don't know what's going on. Start yelling at our link people again. Suddenlink? Is that who they are?
Yeah.
Go get those people.
Alright, I think we're working.
Okay.
I hope. Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe?
We'll see.
Sorta. Hey! Looks like it's back to normal. What, with the internet breaking? Yes, probably. Now, hopefully you can see us and hear us at the same time. That would be amazing, right? So, welcome. It's cool to see you guys all back in the chat and in your usual rare form. Very exciting. And yeah, we're going to talk about 2018. I know a lot of people have been doing that. We're going to talk about some of the stuff that we really found significant and fun and awesome and amazing about our gaming experiences. And I'm curious where we put what in our we'll obviously have a lot of crossover. Duh, because I think 80% of our major gameplays were together in some way, shape, or form.
80.
Well, yeah, you went to a convention, and I went to a convention, major convention.
Oh, yeah.
Without each other. So, I would say, most of the big stuff, though, we all did together. So there's going to be tons of crossover. It's just, I'm curious where everything lands. It'll be exciting. Man, internet's crazy everywhere. Maybe it's like they press reset at the new year or something, huh?
Well, our internet picked up, so hopefully we're doing okay. But anyway, yeah, so 2018 was an amazing, like, insanely amazing year for us for gaming. We did so many unique things, went so many places. We were really super crazy spoiled.
Yeah.
Everyone seems to do these little lists, these little like gaming experience lists, and I feel it's good to go back and look at everything, but it feels weird because you know you're going to miss something or forget someone or forget a situation or something. I will. So this is just our recollection. Basically, I went through all the pictures that we took in 2018.
I should have done that.
And I kind of followed along, and
I should have done
that. And I noticed how few pictures I took of 2018.
I do most of the pictures of our games, right?
Anyway, so I'm sure I'm going to miss some. If we played a game with you, it was our best game of the year.
Actually, probably true. I have a lot of that on here, so. Oi, yeah, I'm sure I forgot something, so yeah, forgive me in advance.
But yeah, it was a great year.
Yeah, a variety too. I have a huge variety of stuff on my list. It's just crazy.
I don't. They're all. It's all the same game.
It's all the same game. That'll be awesome. 10 plays of Rising Sun. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, this will be awesome.
All right. So our schedule's been insane for like the last 4 weeks. So
yeah, what is going on with that? This
I
gotta quit.
So oof. I think I got a picture for each of mine. I don't know. Did you end up getting a picture for each of them?
I have pictures for I think my top 3.
So I may do some video magic and add pictures if I can, but we'll see what happens. It'll be fun.
Oh, that'll be exciting! I cannot wait. This will be fun. I have half a mind to go and just like post a bunch of random stuff on Twitter. So if you're on Twitter later, maybe I could post, hey, look, and like put pictures. Because I don't do Facebook anymore except very rarely. And it might be fun because most of the pictures are on my phone. So I'll be like, hey, remember that picture I wanted to show you guys? Double whammy. So those of you that do that, you can catch me there. So.
All right. So yeah. So like we talked about this a little bit before. We didn't talk about our list, but almost all of mine are like an event or something like that, and then I kind of pick one from that event.
Okay.
I didn't do a lot of. I mean, I do have a specific game for each event, but for the most part, it's big events because it's just.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Mine was for the most part like that, and probably more cheaty because some of them it was like an overall thing, and it was really hard for me to narrow it down and say it was this one game because as I've probably told you before, I'm bigger on the memories and stuff than the games themselves sometimes. So it's just the overall, like, I'll just lump everything together. For me, it's like part of that memory, and it's really hard for me to narrow it down to just the one game or whatever.
Well, if you look at the pictures, then you'll remember, oh yeah,
yeah,
or whatever.
I mean, I will, but I mean, a lot of times I play like several different games with a group of people, and so it's going to be about that group of people and not the specific games and stuff. So, I mean, it'll become clear. But yeah, I was very broad sweeping in mine too. So.
And I'm going to, I noticed that when I shrunk the pictures down to get it in the corner.
Oh,
down,
mine.
Where's the
Hunter may disappear in a
down
couple of
here. It's hard to tell what it is, so I may blow it up and cover myself up like I've done several times before.
I should have done that anyway, just for fun.
So you won't have to watch me for half the video because I want. It's like I said, it's hard to tell what the picture is when you make it like a little tiny box. So I'm gonna maybe I'll throw them over on Rebecca occasionally just to change it up. Are you ready? Let's do this.
All right, you start.
I do start.
Wait, this is 2019 now. Are we going back to me going first, or are we gonna stick with you just for fun because it's tradition now? Like starting new. What are you doing?
Well, I set it up for me to go first.
Okay, so you go first then.
All right, here we go. My number 10 is camping with the girls, and they taught me how to play Finca. So we have a little, not little, but a nice little campsite that's not too far, about over an hour from our house.
Yeah.
That has these cabins that are air conditioned heating, so we're not really camping. But,
it's not roughing, it's glamping.
But it's hard to do board games in a true camping setting because wind and rain and all sorts of other problems. So we do the camping thing, we do a fire and all that stuff outside, but then when we play board games, we go inside the building, and they taught me Finca, and I think I ended up playing it 3 times. Because and Nessa stayed up late. This is the picture. The picture I have here is Nessa staying up late. Me and Rebecca and Nessa playing.
Yeah, that was the other thing that was impressive about that. Because, I mean, Katie played, and then she went to bed. She was, like, tired, but Nessa's, like... They're both really crazy about this game, but Nessa was like, I want to play again! It was pretty funny.
So, yeah, that was just a really nice experience. Nessa, when people love a board game... I mean, this game was kind of okay with me. I liked it all right, but the girls, especially Nessa and Caitlin, really, really love this game. And so it was really nice just to casually sit around and play this game. It was really fun. So that was my number 10. Camping with the girls.
It's glamping. Glamping.
Camping with the girls.
That's an official word.
Playing Finca. All right, what you got for
That's a good one. That's a really good one. And see, I told you I should be like a number 11 and number 12. I'm telling you. My number 10 is at... I don't have a picture for it. Dang it. And you know what? I do have pictures on my phone somewhere. But it's with... we started a board game group at our high school. Mary and I did. She's a fellow teacher that also has a pretty substantial board game collection, and she's been over gamed with us a few times. And she was like, "Hey, we gotta do this." And I'm like, "You know what? That'd be really fun because she and I talk about them all the time. We might as well like share the love with the students and stuff." So we have a once a week board game club. And we have a regular group now that's typically around 12 to 14 people. That's the regular attendance. And we're so excited because, I mean, we just started this. And it started out with like 4 or 5 students the first time.
Do you mind showing students?
Oh, they're not going to care. Yeah, I had them all over Twitter. They would prefer that. They're not a shy group. It's wonderful. It is weird, though, because I would love to teach Euros, and they're all a bunch of Amerithrashers, and they love the social deduction games where they can accuse each other and betray each other. Typical, like, teenager stuff, right? It's wonderful. They are a wonderfully fun group. We have a blast. The picture there, I can't... Oh, they were playing America. That was fun. We had that. I think that was one of the last games we got to play before we got out for break. And that's just part of the group. The other group was split off and playing Betrayal at Baldur's Gate that day, I think.
I just grabbed the first one I saw.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the group I was actually playing with. They're all laughing because I actually won that game. And then I told them that had never happened again. And sure enough, the second round we played, I got destroyed by all of them. We had a blast. And it's been a really awesome experience. It's a great time to get to see the students in a different environment outside of just the classroom, just actually getting to have playtime, fun time, just doing something and interacting with them on a different level. And it's been a really cool experience. I have several Latin students that are in there, and then a whole bunch of new students that I would never interact with otherwise. So it's really cool. Love it, love it, love it. It has been a blast. So,
all right, my number 9 is our annual board game tournament.
Yes.
And it's number 9 because I lost. If I won, it would be higher up the list. But this is a picture. Let me blow up the picture a little bit. This is a picture. The specific moment is the Ink and Gold game. And man, I was hamming it up. We were having a good time playing Ink and Gold. And
that was pretty funny.
Really... It was hilarious. We were like doing like... playing chicken with pressure luck on who was going to stay in and who wasn't.
Oh, it was ridiculous.
And if you look on this round, the one I took a picture of where we're laughing, there's like, how many cards out? Like, was that 13 cards out?
It was a ton. It was ridiculous. I think almost everyone had bailed, except for you crazy holdouts.
Well, I think it was me and Chris were the ones still in.
Yeah. Oh, it was great.
We were trying to guess who was going to stay in or not, so.
It was pretty awesome.
It was pretty fun. I mean, I like... For whatever reason, when I play a simple game like that, a lot of times I'll make it more meta than it is by messing with people and smack talking and stuff. And this was just,
and staying in way past when you should.
Oh yeah.
Which is typical.
This is really. Me and him were just talking. I think here we were negotiating on whether we were staying or going.
Yeah, you guys were actually kind of teaming together on that one at that point.
It was
I think there was one of like every bad thing out or something by then. It was amazing.
Yeah,
that was fun.
It was a fun experience. That was
pretty fun.
That was good.
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
What you got for your number 9?
My number 9, I don't have any pictures of this because it was actually during my classes. I have 2 in a row of school stuff this year, but we've kind of made it we have a tradition after finals now with my smaller count Latin classes that they get to play board games after they finish the final, and like we kind of have a little mini Christmas party and celebrate with the rest of the time. And they always, it's great because I get to introduce new people to Deception, Murder in Hong Kong, and every single year it never fails. We also played like categories. We played like this whole like mishmash of just very random games. And no joke, today, the first day back from vacation, the kids are coming in. And one of the first thing out of one of my students' mouth, hey, are we going to get to play that game again? She was talking about Deception, Murder in Hong Kong.
Yeah,
that was already the first thing on her mind. It was like the last thing we did before we left for the vacation. And she was already talking about it. They had a ball with it. And it's so fun to introduce them to that. And most of those people have never played a board game unless it was maybe, and I'm saying maybe, like Monopoly or something. Because they're like, you hear the typical things about board games, meh, whatever. And those are the only board games they've heard about, so they haven't played very many. Or maybe played Uno. A lot of them played like a couple card games. So it's fun to introduce that, and it was neat to see my students just freaking out about that. That was pretty cool. So, but yeah, I didn't take pictures.
All right. My number 8 is, mine has pictures.
Yeah, you had more organization there.
All right, my number 8 is the BGG Cruise.
Oh.
And this is specifically when we played Venus Deluxe. So the picture, I'm going to blow up the picture.
Oh, good, save that picture. There might be a crossover.
All right,
I
so
didn't say anything.
So basically, this is me on the cruise. I'm sitting on the deck of the ship. Well, the deck, the deck. It's the one level, I guess.
It was like the observation one that's got the enclosed area with the windows.
So I'm sitting there at the cruise, staring out in the ocean and reading the directions to Vinos Deluxe. So amazing. And we love the game. It ended up being one of our favorite games. Just a really awesome experience. The BGG cruise itself was awesome, but it wasn't a lot of gaming. And
no, it wasn't.
We didn't play too many games, but this is one game that we did play, and it was just nice.
Yep.
Just took my time reading the rules and just laying there, and it was just really cool, So yeah, it kind of does look like I'm looking at a restaurant menu.
It does. That's funny. He does. Well, it kind of was. It's like a menu of how many different things you can do in that game, right? It's amazing.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's awesome. The cruise was amazing, but we only played maybe 5-6 games the whole time we were on the cruise.
It wasn't that many.
We mostly did cruise stuff because that was our first cruise.
Yeah, which I think that's how you do those right, honestly. But anyways, yes. So, all right, my number 8. I don't have a specific game for it. I'm sure you could pull a picture, though, of some shenanigans. And that was our annual Thomason board game tournament. Every summer we have the board game tournament. And it was... oh, my gosh. So... he already talked about we were playing Ink and Gold. We do a thing of pitch car, which I think this year we added a jump, right? Yes. We had the jump on top of all these crates. You made a really curvy racetrack.
Think this one year
that's
was
true.
bad.
We got
Next
all the
year's going to be insane.
That's true. We got some new add-ons to the racetrack now. It's going to be crazy. But for us, the first time having the jump in, and we were having some crazy Dukes of Hazzard moments, and it's fun. I really, in particular, love the tournament games where we're all playing, like the Ink and Gold and the Pitch Car, where we're all playing at the same time and not doing rounds of things. Although, I must say, there's something magical about the Clask tournaments we have. Because it's like, do we have double elimination? I'm trying to remember how you had it all set up.
Double elimination, yeah.
So in between the games, we'll do a couple quick setups, a couple rounds of the Clask thing, and then he's got game bracket set up and everything, so all your wins and losses and go through, and oh my goodness, it was hilarious because everyone stands around and we're like cheering for everybody, and it's like, you're on ESPN doing all this stuff. It's crazy fun. It's crazy fun. I love Clask. It's ridiculous. And we don't play it very often, actually. It's funny. The girls are much more into the way kick and stuff. So it was just a hoot. It was a lot of fun. A lot of craziness, a lot of yelling and cheering and booing, and it was crazy. Typical game day, right? But it was fantastic. So that was the annual board game tournament.
Almost got a picture.
Do you? Look at you.
No, I didn't quite get it.
Didn't get it?
Yeah, so I have it.
Oh, it's not.
It's all weird looking.
You can rotate it.
How do I rotate it?
If you go in and right click on it and do the transition one, and there's underneath it, you gotta right click on it, dude. Oh man, you gotta right click on it. Just right click on it.
Hold on, it's ginormous.
Well, just right click on it. Oh my goodness, kill me, Smalls.
Hold on.
Okay, you're gonna get a picture soon. I didn't pick this because I won,
Yeah, I think
I did not.
Your notice is slightly higher on your list, right?
Slightly. If I won and it mattered, if you go into transform and go down, there's like a rotate. Booyah. There you go. And it's all you have is that'd be my number 1 if it was because I won. It just yeah, it's a lot of fun. It was just, and it's funny because Hunter sets up, we have a big whiteboard, and you set up the games and have it all like lined out, so once we get the points, it's like watching the scoreboard for a game. Once somebody wins, he puts all the win-loss points on there, and everybody's watching the totals change, and so-and-so's in the lead now, and so there's all a bunch of smack talk before the next game, and it's a lot of fun, and it doesn't really matter who wins, except for we do have a little plaque that we put on that has the person's name that won that year, and we get a really cheesy prize. This year, I got a cool, like...
It's a picture.
Yeah, the Nerf gun thing. I think it's Nerf. Is it Nerf? Or some off-brand. We don't even get the brand name.
It was really cool. It's like this big ping pong ball looking thing.
It's pretty awesome. It shoots pretty well, actually. And I'm beginning to think that if we have a weapon of some kind as the prize, I'm going to win it. Because every time we've had a Nerf gun or something, I win those. It's really cool.
Bat.
Yeah, that's true. You did get the bat. Okay, projectiles. Apparently, I'm the long-range sniper person in our group. But we've had some cheesy, like we had a Star Wars, like, was it Micro Machine thing or something? And one of those little, the little head bobble things. We've had like a Thorin.
The pop things.
We had a Thorin one and oh gosh, it's really cheesy. It's cheesy.
All right.
So
my number 7.
Aww.
Is the first play of Fireball Island with the girls. This picture isn't our first play, but it's the only picture we have
of the Fireball Island.
Fireball Island. It was just really cool to see how much fun they had. It was neat to see that a game from my past remade and re-envisioned, and the kids loved it, and it was an awesome experience to see how much fun they were laughing and joking and crying and screaming. It was the whole.
There wasn't any crying and screaming. You know what? And that's actually one of the reasons why I am impressed with that is we didn't have crying and screaming.
Yeah, that's true.
Because usually a game of Take That, especially even 2 years ago, that game would not have flown in this house. They've gotten so much better at gaming and being good sports that it makes playing stuff like that fun now. Because before, oh my goodness.
And we played a couple of times, and it does just as well. The girls still ask for.
Give me that.
The girls still ask for the to play Fireball Island all the time. Yep. It's just great experience. It's neat to see your kids experience something fun for the first time, right?
Yeah.
Their eyes are all bright and it's.
Yep.
Anyway, I'll move on.
It's pretty
I've
fun.
been all mushy. What's your number 7?
My number 7, again, it's kind of an overall thing. I don't know where on earth the pictures will be for this, but it was earlier in the year, and that was when we went to FallsCon. And it was just really fun because there's a couple things about that made that a lot of fun. We've been there several times now, so we have con friends. That's really cool, to go and see people that you usually don't see unless it's going to a board game convention. That's really cool. We got to play a bunch of new stuff, and the other thing that was really fun was I got to help Nessa do a tournament. They had a Can't Stop tournament, and she got to do that, and that was really, fun, like you said, when they're doing a new experience. I think that's really cool. Like the year before that, one of my favorite things is when Katie went off and she played Sheriff of Nottingham by herself. I thought that was amazing. And then this year, Nessa went and wanted to do a tournament, and I thought that's so cool. You actually want to go out and try something new and do something like that.
Yeah,
and so it was.
Pictures.
Yeah, I don't think I have any pictures up of that. So it was pretty cool. Got to experience that, and it was just kind of like FallsCon is in Wichita Falls, Texas, and it's a nice, small, cozy con, although it's growing, slowly growing, and the thing about it, again, it's just that nice size where it's really fun to go. You recognize pretty much everybody there, and their library is growing, too. It's just neat to see everything doing well, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's not going to be a FallsCon this year. They plan to be back in 2020. I don't know what the reasoning was.
Oh, that's too bad.
Why they couldn't do it, but yeah, it'll be back next year. So,
boo! Oh, well. I didn't realize that. That stinks. When did he announce that?
About a month ago, maybe.
Okay. Well, boo.
Well, boo.
Hopefully, I'm glad that Carrie Jensen's the one that runs that. I'm glad he's got plans to do it again because it's a lot of fun, and he's got a great group of people that show up to that. So,
all right,
that's such a bummer.
My number 6 is our game of Battlestar Galactica. So we hadn't played Battlestar Galactica for years.
No, it's been years.
And finally, the turtle guy. What's the turtle guy?
Hector
the turtle guy.
Are you talking about Jeff?
Yeah, brought over. I didn't want to say Jeff. Maybe he doesn't want his name.
Oh, his secret identity. You're gonna have to move again.
So he brought over his copy of Battlestar Galactica, and he brought one of the expansions, and we played a 6 or 7 player game.
Oh, it was huge. Yeah, it was huge.
Game of it. It lasted most of the day.
Was
but
awesome.
It was awesome. I completely forgot how amazing this game was. It was fun. I got to be the trader. That's my favorite thing, is to be
Of
the
course.
trader in gaming.
We should have known instantly because Hunter was enjoying himself way too much with that game.
So me and Hector were the bad guys from the start, and then Rebecca was the converted Cylon
Leader
person or whatever it's called. And when you have that large number of players, the Cylon leader or whatever,
the giant toaster.
She converted halfway, and it was just fun. Everybody was talking smack. Everybody was accusing everybody. It was great. It was so much fun.
Yep.
I probably wouldn't have liked it half as much if I wasn't the Cylon, but that's okay. It worked out all right.
Yeah, I was to say.
So yeah, that's a picture of us winning. We won the traders.
Oh, that's right. The traders won.
The good guys won the game. That's a picture at the end of the game showing our Cylon characters.
That was pretty fun. That was pretty fun. I forgot we won that too.
We barely won it.
Which is, I was gonna say
it was really close. Most of the games of Battlestar.
That's what I like about that. It is close usually, so that's pretty fun.
Moving all these pictures around.
That's okay. That's all good. Oh man,
that was That was just one of our game days. We played Battlestar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was just one of the random game days. See, I almost want to put random game days as a category itself because we have the most fun. We usually everybody brings like a new game, or we plan on trying a new game every time and do stuff, and that's pretty fun too.
Oh, they're not gonna do the Kabuki Kid. She just mentioned that they're ending that Denver convention. That skiing retreat?
No!
We were actually going to go, not this year, but next year.
Oh my gosh, I hope that's... Anyway. We'll have to make up our own then, gosh darn it.
Right,
that's so sad.
What number are we on?
I'll have to
You're number 6.
I want to talk to Dan King, because usually he's the one that like advertises for them.
Yeah, and Mark Street.
Okay, I'll have to talk to them and find out.
You don't have a picture for this one?
Info. I didn't have time. I have a million pictures, but... My number 6, since Hunter's already raving about it, is I kind of lumped the whole experience together, and that was Dice Tower Con.
See, I picked games. You're picking...
I'll pick some games, hush you, because it was gaming. This one is more of gaming experiences too, because I got to announce the good grief, I don't even remember what category. I had a weird category or something.
Yeah, party games.
Oh yeah, it was party games. That's right. It was one of the Dice Tower Awards. I got to announce one of the Dice Tower Awards. Although it was a little weird not having you there. I'll be honest. It was just a girls' trip. Hunter couldn't get the time off of work, so it was like a big journey for us. It was a big trip. We drove. It was a lot of fun. It was like a girls' trip. We hadn't done anything like that really until this summer, so that was fun. Got to meet people that I've interacted with very long distance or secondhand, kind of like, got to meet Luza and the Murph brothers and just hang out with, I didn't really get to play any games with Matthew Jude, but we got to talk a little bit, which was fun. And once again, I chatted with Eric Summer, never got to play again. I never catch him for a game. He and I are never around and stuff. That's a good one. That's a funny one. But yeah, and it just, it was a neat gaming experience. A lot of you guys were there, and I got to play games with you guys, and that was a blasty blast, just to see familiar faces and the con friends and getting to go and say, hey, let's just try to play as many games as we can. And the girls were really getting into that too, and they're really good about rolling with it. If they're not in the mood to play a game, they brought stuff to amuse themselves so that we could try to play a bunch of different, more difficult games instead of just kiddie games and stuff. So we got to play more, and they're getting older where they're playing more games too and trying stuff. It was a lot of fun. And I'm trying to think of, gosh, we had so many plays. I know we got to, Jeff and Bailey, we got to play some games. I got to play a bunch of games with Austin and Tyler, which I see Austin occasionally at a couple other conventions because he's here in Texas, but his friend Tyler lives in Florida.
Tampa, I think.
Yeah, so he only sees him at the Florida convention too, so we always try to play a bunch of games together. And got to do our traditional game with Z. We always end up playing a game at least
Sunday
at the end of the convention.
Sunday
we try to
ending.
He's
like, let's go play.
We just go chill because that's usually the only time we like to see each other. So that's fun. We get to continue our tradition and, get to interact with people and just chat. It was just again, this one I couldn't pin down to one game. It was just so much fun. Oh yeah, the picture Hunter posted, that one was when we went,
NASA.
That crazy group of us, yeah, we went to NASA and did the touristy thing for the afternoon, kind of before the convention really got rolling. That was a blasty blast. So yeah, can't say enough. It's really, in general, over as far as conventions go, Dice Tower Con's my favorite convention. Like, straight up convention. Now, nowadays, we have different categories.
Rub it in.
Whatever. You got to do a bunch of crazy stuff this year. I don't want to hear it. So, yep.
All right.
Oh, yes. And actually, I'm glad you said that, because I was thinking about that, too. One of the highlights for that was actually kind of double-sided. It was a sad moment and a happy moment, because poor Caitlin got sick in the middle of the convention. And unfortunately, it was a day bug. But we were, like, locked in the room, because I was like, I am not exposing the world to who knows what kind of cooties, you know, and Katie was sick, and if she was going to get sick, I didn't want her to have to get sick in public. That's not fun either. And yeah, and Gaming Wife and Hector came by and brought a bunch of games and stuff, and we all, and food too. I think you guys brought food and all sorts of stuff, and we just had like a little mini con in the room for the afternoon. That was so much fun, and that would be closest to a singular gaming moment. You're right, that would be up there, because we played a whole bunch of new games too. That was cool. That was a lot of fun. You people are amazing. So, no, I mean, I could talk all evening about stuff that happened at Dice Tower Con. It was a pretty amazing experience, so. All right, fine.
All right, so my next one is PAX Unplugged.
Oh, see, rub it in.
So I went to Philadelphia for PAX Unplugged. I took a bazillion pictures.
A bazillion?
A bazillion pictures of historical stuff.
Yeah, that was cool.
But not a single... I think I took one picture at the convention itself.
You know what? I think you are out of the habit, because I always take all the board gaming pictures. It's weird.
But I didn't... It feels... I don't know. It feels weird to me to pull out a phone in the middle of a game and start taking pictures. But anyway, so I got a picture of me in front of the Liberty Bell. But the game was, I got to play Pandemic Fall of Rome.
Oh, cool.
Before it was released.
Ooh.
I got to play with Derek, Kenny, and Z.
How
and we
fun.
lost.
Rome fell? How dare you?
Rome was destroyed by the evil barbarians.
Oh, man.
So yeah, it
man.
was fun, because we were all working the booth at the same time.
Yeah.
At the PAX, and then our shift ended, and we like wandered over to the hot games and ended up... Z read the rules and taught us Fall of Rome, and that was his first play of it.
Fun.
Eric had played it before, but he just kind of wandered by. So so yeah, it was me, Derek, Kenny, and Z, and Eric kind of sat down with us, watched the play part of it. Kind of made fun of us because we weren't doing so well. But Pandemic Fall of Rome is I think we haven't. It's on our shelf of shame. We haven't played it yet, but I think I'm gonna like it more because it has dice. But it's not all dice. It's dice combat. Isn't that cool?
Maybe. I shall reserve judgment.
But anyway, so it was awesome. I didn't play very many games when I was at PAX. I mostly did touristy stuff, ate a lot, worked the booth, did live shows. That's about. I mean, I only played maybe 4 or 5 games, but I did a lot of demoing games and going around to the booths. There were so many booths. That's the biggest convention I've been to. There's probably 100+ exhibitors at the convention.
That's crazy.
And
that's crazy. People.
I went to a lot of the booths and looked at a lot of the stuff. I really spent a lot of times. There was a lot of people that did like almost like a flea market type situation. They had like tons and tons of old games, and they were selling them. Ooh. And they were buying and trading games. People would come up to this one booth, and they would just sell their game to him. And then later on, you'd see it marked up $5 over what he bought it for on the shelf. Yeah, it was really interesting. It was kind of like it was interesting. But the whole convention was good. But the playing the games is my thing. Have I played a game Rebecca hasn't?
Yeah. You played a game that I have. Dan, you sound like you don't play very many games or something. Cause
yeah, I worked the Dice Tower booth. It was completely volunteer. I ended up getting that Dice Tower bag and some other stuff, but it was my choice to do it. I wanted to do it. Yeah. And it was fun because a lot of people came up and said hi and
you get to
talked
chat with
about
people.
my by the numbers segment and
big
Blender.
Nerd.
I am a big nerd. I enjoyed it. It was fun. And I got to hang out. And when we weren't all busy all the time, so we got to talk about different things. It was cool.
Yeah,
anyway,
fun.
there it is. Pandemic Fall to Rome at PAX Unplugged.
Well. Very cool.
What's your number 5? Now I'm going to have to search for a
My
picture
number
for her.
5, if I was just going to pick, like, locale while playing board games, it'd be my number 1 by, like, a mile. And that was what Hunter mentioned earlier, was on the BGG cruise when we were playing Venus. Because I don't think you understand how close I was to actually just staying in Alaska, and you have to like drag me kicking and screaming back home.
Alaska's not that cool.
I could live there. I could totally live there.
Alaska's not that cool.
I loved it. And so we're on the cruise, and yeah, Hunter's reading the rules, so I was sitting there reading a book and looking for whales and stuff outside, which, believe it or not, we actually did see stuff just as we're cruising, because it's kind of on a path, one of their migration paths. So we got to see a few things, and oh my gosh, and then in the distance you'd see Canada or Alaska and mountains galore and gorgeous scenery. It was ridiculous. And then we sat in the little area that we were near was just a few feet away from where that picture was, where he was sitting there playing the game, reading the rules, and they had a nice table there. And we're like, let's play here. It was just sheltered enough with those glass windows that if they opened doors or anything, it didn't really blow on the table, so we could sit there and play it. And so we sat there and played that long game of Venus, and I don't know how we actually did pretty well on that game, because if it wasn't my turn, sometimes I just catch myself gawking out at the scenery. It was gorgeous. It was absolutely gorgeous, and worth every moment of that. So, oh my gosh, you guys are on a roll tonight in the chat.
What are they saying in the chat?
Your mom's a migration path. Every time I hear somebody ask Hunter about his by the numbers, he pushes up his glasses on his nose and whips out an Excel sheet.
Pretty much.
No, we have not tried Spirit Island yet, by the way.
Go up. Alert, what? Co-op alert.
Oh, geez. We're such a big baby. Ooh. Very cool, Dan. You've played Fall of Rome. See, that is so... I can't wait to play that. That looks really cool. So, yeah, lots of good things. Like he said, the only thing about playing games during the trip, it was hard to, because the games were in this enclosed space inside the ship, right? So...
You didn't feel like you were on a cruise anymore.
Yeah, I almost felt like when we were playing games that we were missing out. So the only time we really played games was usually late at night, because you couldn't see anything anyway off the ship. Because the rest of the time we were standing outside, walking around, gawking at stuff, doing the excursions or whatever. And it was just, oh, man. So yeah, it was a magnificent trip. We had a blasty blast. And as you can see, we didn't spend much time gaming.
I'm curious with the Dice Tower cruise coming up this weekend. If we're going to do the same thing.
I know. I'm very curious.
We're going to know a lot more
people on this. Plus, we'll have the family with us. And I'm like, I'm curious to see how that goes.
I actually want to try Spirit Island. I don't know. I was just joking about the co-op alert. I'm actually curious how that one plays.
Yeah, I'm curious.
All right, my number 4 is...
Number 4.
BGG Spring Gaming with the Girls. So early Friday mornings, and we went. Me and the girls stayed the night Thursday night, and the convention started Friday morning. Rebecca had to work Friday, so I had all day. Had all day Friday with the girls, and we just cranked out a bunch of games. We played Stuffed Fables. We played some weird stacking game. It's like a game where you stack dice, and it was a very strange game. We played whatever that Viva Topo, where the little mice game going around the board, the cat chasing them. We just played a ton of different kids games, and we just had a blast. It was awesome, because we would play a game, we'd go back. We parked right outside the library. You can see in the picture,
you guys
the library door is like right there. Like, because it was early in the morning on Friday, almost no one was there.
Oh, how funny! And
we would literally just play a game and go in the library, check it in, grab another game, and come out to our table. And we just did that like 4 or 5 times.
That's awesome.
That morning, it was just really cool. They had a blast. They loved Stuffed Fables. We played stacking games, like I said, all sorts of fun stuff. It was just a really cool experience. They really loved Stuffed Fables. So.
Yeah, we need to pull that out and play it some more.
Yes, it's another mushy pick. I apologize. I'm a father.
Why are you apologizing for mushiness? That's awesome. I like the mush.
So yeah, it was just cool. It was so nice, Rebecca not being there, and
About to have some technical difficulties. It's funny that you should say that, actually, because my number 4 is this. You might as well leave it all there, because mine is the same.
What?
No, not gaming with the girls per se. Mine is like overall, but that includes that. I didn't get a day of just gaming with them at that trip, but it was another one of those combination things about this convention. BGG Spring is my favorite like family convention, because it's just we get to take the girls. We usually stay at the hotel now because the schedule works out now. I'm getting out of school earlier and everything, so it works out really well, and we get to play all the games with the girls. We have conference there that like to play with the girls, and we play some without the girls. We get to play and do all these things. And we also had our meetup for the first time. So we had a little family showdown meetup in one of the meeting rooms nearby, and that was a lot of fun too. So we got to meet people that, like some of you in the chat, that we've never met in person. And so that was a lot of fun. And it was all around another one of those really good, solid experiences. Every time we go to BGG Spring, we have a phenomenal time. You know, there's a bunch of cool vendors there. There's a lot of awesome games. The girls love trying out all the stuff and playing in the library games. And boy, it's almost like too that once they find that favorite game, let's play it again. We'll play the same game 40 times.
And weight kick.
And weight kick.
Non-stop weight kick.
Non-stop weight kick.
Hoping that we've said since we bought a weight kick,
it
won't happen this year.
Down. But that other one, the Piraten billiard game.
Yeah.
For those of you that got to play that with us, this game is ridiculous. I'm going to make sure to take some really good pictures of it this time. But it is so funny because it's this game and it looks like it's on a rickety table. And then it's like this and it's gridded out, but the base of it's just cloth. And you use these little poles and you go underneath it and bounce, like hit the cloth, and you have to bounce these balls. And it looks like a checkerboard across the table and stuff. Oh my gosh, it's so ridiculous. So we're going, and you're trying to knock people's, your ball across, but you're trying to get, like, steal other people's at the same time. Oh, it's ridiculous. It's so much fun.
Picture.
Yeah, oh yeah, the fan pic. The girls freaked out. It was so funny. And wait a minute, that's the Watch It Play guy? And that's the guy, they love watching the Thrift Sift shows that he did. Oh my gosh. Because they're so corny, and sometimes he has his daughter on those shows, and the girls love watching those. So they were, like, geeking out. And I was trying to keep the girls from, like, bouncing off the walls. They probably thought I was such a nerd trying to... So we were like, hi, we're really big fans. And I was, like, trying to, like, pin the girls in place because they're, like, freaking out. It was hilarious. So, yeah, it was pretty funny.
It's
yeah, they were really sweet.
I didn't meet them. I don't know where I was when this was going on.
You were playing a game, I want to say, because I had the girls just with me for a while. We went to get a meal. So I don't remember.
Was it when I was doing 18...
It might have been when you were playing that game. Yeah, because you were nowhere around at the time. And yeah, so, because we just happened to be going to get food, and we saw them in there, and went and pestered them. So yeah, it was fun.
My number 3 is what some people call my number 1, but it's not my number 1, it's my number 3. It's from the board game retreat, Rising Sun. I look really excited here in this picture.
You do. Oh, you were explaining stuff.
I was teaching the rules at like 1 in the morning.
Was it that late when we played?
We started at, I want to say 11 or 12.
Was it that late when we started? Oh my gosh, were we really that crazy? We were that crazy.
Yeah, and we finished at like 4 a.m.
But
it was awesome. That the whole retreat was really cool. We kind of did a recap on one of our live shows, probably our last live show, maybe the one before that. But yeah, it was awesome. We rented out this big lodge and invited a bunch of friends. We did a game day, game days, 4 days.
Yeah, multiple days.
And this was probably my favorite game that we played at the convention. One of my favorite games of the year. Not necessarily one of my favorite experiences because Tommy was there.
Oh, Bert! Oh, called out live.
This is pretty interesting picture because you can see in
the
the mirror in the background all the people I'm teaching like this is completely zombied out.
I thought you were going to talk about the creepy cherubs behind you staring you down.
That whole house was pretty creepy. It was funny.
Tommy's all shots fired.
But it was fun. It was a great game, great experience. I won. That's even better.
Oh, Yeah, no, it's a really cool game. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I was surprised.
Yep. It was cool.
Another one of those pleasant surprises.
All right, we'll move on. What's your number 3?
Right, Jobby? I agree.
I think you have pictures now, so I don't have to wing it for pictures.
I don't recall. Oh, yes. This one's kind of a repeat picture. That is the picture. Why'd you... Okay. It's a repeat picture, but it gets the point across. Excuse me. So, this year, my number 3 is Christmas gaming, because... maybe we'll get a game in Christmas, but not necessarily. A lot of times, too, in years past, we were, like, bouncing around houses and from house to house and family to family and everything, and we've kind of toned that down and just focused on just having some family time and letting the girls stay home so that they can enjoy the new stuff they got and this and that. So we were hosting Christmas at our house this year to kind of help kind of tone down all the driving and stuff. And did more family things on Christmas Eve and before and after Christmas. So it was neat because my parents came over and we got to play some games and stuff. And then Hunter's sister and her son and wife got to come over. And Mikey, now he's in the military and he's stationed in Washington. So we haven't gotten a game with them in like 2 years or some craziness. It doesn't even seem possible. So they used to be part of our regular game group. And Terry, has she... Like you said, played.
She's played maybe Candyland.
Okay.
I'm not sure she's played Monopoly.
Yes. And so my parents will play games with us, from time to time. So they're used to it. We had a really awesome time doing that, too. And that was fun because we hadn't done it in a while. And then to get to, drag Terry into a game and play was so much fun. And she had a ball. I was afraid she might not enjoy it, but she had a blast with it. And it was just fun to get to play with Mikey and Becca again. And we just hadn't been able to do that in a long time. And it was just, magical Christmas time. Everybody was chill. The girls were, all excited. And they played stuff with everybody. And blasty blast. I, wouldn't trade it for anything. So.
Yeah, I spaced on that one. I didn't think about it. Oh, well, I don't like my family.
What? Says Mr. Mush over here.
All right. My number 2. We're already number 2?
We are already number 2.
We're flying along.
No, we're not. It's already almost 9:30.
Oh, you're right. We started 10 minutes late, though. My number
slackers.
2 is... She just mentioned it in passing. I thought it was crazy awesome. The Family Showdown meetup at BGG Spring. That was so awesome. I was so worried it was going to be like me and you and a couple of our friends. But a lot of people showed up. And we played Code Names and Time's Up. And we did a little giveaway of all my crappy games. And
the crappy giveaway was the best.
Crappy game giveaway with all my promos I don't need. We did that. We had all kinds. We had snacks and hung out and joked, and it was really, really cool.
We had a couple people walk by that kind of looked in and then quickly disappeared. It was too shy to come in. I think next time I'm going to ambush people at the door. That's my plan.
So let me cover.
Beware.
I'm going to cover Rebecca because this is my number 2.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So there is Tommy. There's me and Rebecca. Tommy's back left, and Katie, and then. Some of our friends and some people we just met there.
Wow, way to introduce everyone there.
I forget the name. I'm horrible with names.
Yeah, that's true. No, it was really super, super, super awesome to get to meet everybody and just chat. And I think next time we'll have name tags or something, put our Twitter handles and our YouTube chat handles on there. So it's oh, you're so-and-so. Aha! It was fun because that was kind of fun to... introduce people you may know this person because you've talked with them on the chat before. Haha. So it was kind of fun introducing you guys to each other as well. Because most of you had, at least in passing, chatted with each other in the chat here, which I thought was really cool. So that was a good social time.
What does everyone say my number 1 is?
I don't know. Where'd you see something about your number 1?
The dude's dying in the exit room.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't either. All right.
Oh, I did see about that, Kabuki. I did hear about that.
All right.
Jobby was reflecting. He's like, if Rising Sun was your number 3, he's saying, what was your number 1? A bunch of gold bricks.
Could be.
He's yeah.
All right, what's your number 2? It's a picture of me in a lake. What is this? Where did you get that picture?
It was
oh my gosh, of all pictures. I like that, though. It's
That's awesome. My number 2
I'll put it over my face so it's
there you go,
covers me up.
perfect.
Okay.
Number 2 was our retreat that we had. We did our own little board game retreat up in Oklahoma after Christmas, and wow, that was so much fun. Again, it's like a mini convention, but we didn't have a schedule. We didn't have a time frame. We had all this land there, so we went hiking around it, and as you can see by the picture, Hunter found a rowboat. So he's rowing across the lake, doing crazy stuff. The girls thought that was hysterical. But it was a rickety boat. We would not let the girls get in it. It was like, I think, I'm still amazed that you managed the whole time to never tip that thing. Because if you lean too much, I mean, it was so low the way it sat, and it was real unstable.
When I was rowing the boat, when I'd lean to row, the boat would almost touch the water.
Yeah, I was just like, he stayed really close to the edge for a little while, and I'm like, I told the girls, I'm like, this is like those Minecraft boats when you get out in the middle of the lake and it just goes bloop.
It was fun if we were on that boat, and the next day I got up early and went fishing, and there was no fish. The fish did not exist in this lake.
I think it was because it had flooded recently too.
And so I just rode all around the lake, and of course Murphy's Law. I get to the far side of the lake,
and it starts raining,
like a half mile away, and it starts raining. So I'm like rowing back frantically, like might have to start bailing the boat soon.
Oh, it was ridiculous. So there was that, and then on the property they also have some bison, and took the girls out in the morning to go watch her. She goes out in the mornings and feeds the bison, and so that was cool. The girls got kind of up close and personal with the bison. It was cute because they're very used to getting their feed, and they were like big babies waiting for it. And once she brought the food by, they started galloping towards her. It was so cute. They were just like, food's here! Just like little kids. Funny. It was really cute to watch. There were beautiful white-tailed deer on the property. I mean, it was just ridiculous, and you could hike around and do stuff, and the house itself was cool, but we were laughing, some of the decorations inside were interesting. But the gaming was great. So we'd all, if we felt like sleeping in a little bit, we all could sleep in. Well, the girls never did, but we'd sleep in, and then we'd get up and eat ridiculous amounts of food, do a bunch of gaming, eat some more food, do some gaming, take naps, get some more gaming in, stay up stupidly late. It was pretty fun.
It was nice not to have any kind of schedule. It was really cool.
That's the way to go. I like the really small, cozy gaming mini retreat convention feel. I really liked that. I think that's something we need to do more, because that was a lot of fun. So,
all right,
very cool.
My number 1. Everybody's wondering what my number 1 is.
Anachrony. That's such a good game, David.
My number 1 is the Dice Tower Retreat. It was off the charts. I mean, we do stuff for the Dice Tower. We volunteer and we do contributors, but for years and years and years before I did anything for the Dice Tower, I was a crazy mega fan. And the Dice Tower Retreat is like
crazy mega fan mecca.
It's like it's like if you're a fan of the Dice Tower, it just spoils you. It's just ridiculous because everywhere you look is someone with the Dice Tower. If you want to play a game with anyone in the Dice Tower, you pretty much could play a game with them somewhere during the retreat.
Yeah, it was
just ridiculously awesome. I've never played a game with Jason. I got to play a game with Jason. He's real. Everyone jokes and makes fun of Jason, but that guy loves board games more than anyone I've ever seen in my life.
So much fun.
He can take any game, no matter how bad, and make it fun. He's just a great person to game with. And
he's good at it. He's ridiculous. You can just see the wheels turning on that Raccoon Tycoon or whatever that was. The
Raccoon Tycoon?
Yeah, was that what it was called? Yeah. Oh my gosh.
He plays games. he plays games Jason plays games at a completely different level. Yeah. Like he will be taking his turn and he'll go, you did this and this and this and he did that and then you did this, and he remembers what everyone's moves were.
Well, like we bumped the board and somebody forgot where like a bit when he's like, you were on blah blah blah, and we're like,
yeah, we bumped the board and there's like tracks for all the different goods. And he's like, that one was on 6, that one was on 7, that one was on 4. And I'm like,
good thing you were here, man.
I'm like, this guy is gaming at a completely different level.
Yeah, it was awesome.
the coolest, one of the coolest things. There's so many cool things. Someone actually got with me before the convention. I think I'm horrible with names. Oh my gosh.
If you give me a little while
David?
after we're done.
David.
Live. I'll remember the guy's name.
Anyway,
oh
he asked to play War of the Ring with me, and
that's so cool.
And he played it once at Dice Tower Con, and he fell in love with it and went out and bought it, and he knew it was my favorite game, so he asked me to play, and we got to sit down and play a full-blown game of War of the Ring.
Cool.
It was really awesome. People were coming by and talking to us while we were playing, and Tom was commenting on how horrible I was doing, and it was just cool. The whole thing was amazing. If you're a fan of the Dice Tower, if you can afford it, I know it's not cheap to fly there and get a hotel and all that stuff, but man, it is just an awesome experience. It was so much fun. Everyone there, we either knew them or they knew us pretty much.
Yeah.
And it was really cool.
Well, and the other thing that was neat too is it was small enough that, like we were talking, by the end of the retreat, and we played multiple games with the same people a lot of times. We still played games with over half of the people there.
Yeah.
Half of the people at this retreat. That's crazy. Yeah. And I mean, we were playing, you have a picture up of Z. We actually got to sit down and play multiple games with Z, which never happens. And it was so much fun. You get to just
Z taught us some games. Tom taught games. Still didn't get to play a game with Eric.
I never.
That dude. I don't know what it is with that guy. We never get to.
He's always like playing a game when we're not, and vice versa. It's funny. So.
But yeah, it was just an amazing experience. It was cool. We got to break away from the convention and go hang out with Bonacor for a couple hours and just talk about just random stuff.
That was fun. Yeah. Just socialize.
It was just cool. Nice. We got to go visit Homestead. We got to eat out around the town a few times, tried some different places.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was just a cool experience and privileged to be able to do something like that. It's crazy. Yeah,
I'm very, very blessed and spoiled this year on the gaming thing. And you can go ahead and flop over to mine because we did overlap. I am sort of surprised, but not surprised.
Oh yeah, you did a different picture.
I picked a different picture. But yeah, the retreat was, again, I'm telling you, like, I have this thing now about, like, our retreat and the Dice Tower retreat. That size, the small groups, getting to play games. There's really not a set schedule for anything. I mean, Tom had the board game exchange thing and then, like, the pie night. And that was as organized as we got. And I really liked that about it because you're not scattered doing different things. Everyone's in the same place doing the same things, so you get to chat with people and play games with people, and it was just amazing. Yeah, it was cool. This picture here that we've known Justin for years and never got to sit down and play a game with him because he's always crazy busy. And that was fun. We finally got to sit down and he retaught us Godfather. Yeah. And it's one of his favorite games. So I didn't realize that. I did not realize that. He loved it, so it was really cool. That was a blast, playing that. Everybody was... I was throwing around car bombs like they were candy. It was fun. That game is hilarious. So, oh my gosh. And we have a full recap of the retreat a couple of videos ago, so if you want to go back and watch it, we went over everything. I was trying to find the... Oh gosh, yeah, it's a neat experience because you can go up and try to, I saw Sam was in heaven because I don't remember. He played like 5 games of Blood Rage during that retreat, and he was just happy as could be, and so were the people getting to play with him, so that was pretty cool. Oh my gosh, yes, Gaming Wife, the adult game of Sticky Chameleons, that was hysterical. For those of you that haven't played that game, you've got to try that sometime. It's stupid, ridiculous fun. You've got those gummy, sticky little strings that have like a little chameleon foot at the end of it, and you're trying to, once something appears, you've got to try to get the bug that appears the quickest. Like, it'll have a picture of the bug and what color it is or whatever. But it always comes down to that one person gets it, and the rest of us just started like flogging the person for getting it because you can't steal it from them. But it was more fun to just like beat people with those. That's a fantastic game. Forget playing it with kids. The adults are just as fun. So that's it. Oh yeah, that's another good picture. Yeah. Of Jason. Oh yeah, that's when we were playing. With Derek and Jason, and I think his name was Eric. Eric. Yeah. playing that Raccoon Tycoon game. That was so much fun. Yeah. It's just again, it's more about like the peoples and the experience, getting to go to different places and try different things and play these new games, and it's been awesome. You guys are amazing, and it's been so much fun. We got to spend so much time meeting a bunch of like you guys in the chat this year. That was the coolest thing.
Yeah, it was just a great year.
Yeah, it really was, guys. It was so
so spoiled.
Yeah,
I'll really admit it. Spoiled.
Yeah, feel really spoiled. You guys spoil us.
Raccoon Tycoon is releasing soon. In fact, a lot of people got it ordered. I think there was like a small window. It was available for pre-order, and now it's supposed to be coming out soon. I didn't get it. I don't.
No.
I learned my lesson. I'm not pre-ordering anything anymore because I'm gonna. Oh, I had many bad pre-order experiences last year, so I'm not pre-ordering anything. That was a fun game. Raccoon Tycoon could easily be one of my favorite lightweight games.
Wow.
It's just really cool. Super easy to teach. It has all lots of things I like about in games. I mean, I basically I read the rules and taught it in less than 30 minutes. That includes reading the rules, me learning the game.
That's true. Yeah, you
and
can teach it really fast.
And teaching it to people. It took me less than 30 minutes to do all that, and it's just a really cool game.
Yeah.
Yep. So there you go.
Yep. Hoser's been burned by a pre-order too. Yeah.
I didn't get burned as bad as waiting till from September, but yeah, I ordered like 4 amazing games, and we're talking. I was crazy ready to play all of them, and one game, all of them came out except one, and one stayed on pre-order for 4 months, and so all these awesome games I was really wanting to play. I couldn't play because I was waiting for probably the least of the 4 was not available yet. And I learned my lesson. I went out to actually the distributor site and looked at the release dates before I pre-ordered.
Didn't help.
And it didn't help. It got pushed back for 3-4 months for whatever reason.
Yes, free shipping apparently does trump pre-orders in this house. Anyway.
I do not like pre-order. Yeah, that's right. I could pre-order individually, but then you got to pay shipping. That's crazy talk.
We draw the line.
Well, there you go. That is 2018. Our favorite things. So I got some honorable mentions that were mentioned.
Okay.
Our Fog of Love playthrough.
That was awesome.
The Halloween episode.
Oh, that was a lot of fun. Yes.
And one of our few times we got to play with a fan of the show when we went to Nirvana.
Oh, yeah, with friends.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, that definitely counts.
We played with
That'd be my 11 right now then.
Fan of the show. So.
Yes.
So those are 3 big ones that I forgot about. And I also forgot about, what did you put on your list high up that I forgot about? Oh, Christmas. The Christmas games, yeah.
Yeah.
And we're starting it like in 4 days.
I'm calling it now. What we're gonna have go on next week is going to be on this top 10 list at the.
It's probably gonna be
next year.
Probably close to the top of the list. Yeah. So Dice Tower Cruise starts. Well, the pre-cruise party is Friday night, and then the cruise starts Saturday. So super excited about the cruise. So I know David. David's
David's
gonna be there. I don't. If anyone else sees this video is there, please come talk to us. Because someone complained at the BGG cruise that we kind of stayed to ourselves and didn't hang out with anybody. I'm like, well, come up and talk to us. We you know us. We don't know you. We would love to meet you, but we don't know who to.
Yeah,
and I understand there's hesitation to talk to people, but still, we're just...
Well, and if we were zoned out, if it was at night, we were playing games, we were zoned out too, so... Yay!
We haven't got to play with them for years.
Well, I don't know if we've even played a game. We've done the
demo of Mystic Van.
Yeah, we did the demo, and then we played the game shows and stuff. Yes, so that'd be... We have to do a game. That'd be awesome. That'd be so cool. Yeah, I'm really excited about seeing all of you guys on the cruise. Oh, my goodness. And yes, Jobby, I remember the Fog of Love, and Jobby was like sitting there with popcorn the whole time we were doing the Fog of Love thing. He's like, yes, more drama. It was hilarious.
We'll have to do. She's itching to play it again. We may do that one live again. We'll do the next day.
Oh my gosh! After all that, would actually be a whole new.
I think that's the next episode's called. The next scenario is called next day or something like that. Yeah, so.
That's so funny, you guys. We're gonna have to do the Halloween thing again sometime.
I thought we were doing that as a tradition.
We're gonna do that as a tradition.
Yeah. Of course, we'll have to come up with new games.
I know we're gonna have to come up with new costumes.
We got
too.
Western Legends and Rising Sun.
Oh dear me! I gotta have a decapitated something for the Oni. That's gonna be brutal, man.
Yeah.
The costumes for that one will be brutal. So yeah.
So we're excited. I would be even more. I'm crazy excited, but I've got probably in 2 days, probably 30 hours of work to do in the next 2 days.
Yeah, I haven't really
30 hours
up
of
all
work
my sub stuff
in 2
yet. Don't
days to
start.
get everything done before I leave because the internet's on the cruise ship is not enough to log into work. So
nope,
I got to be like completely done with everything, and I got an audit going on right now. So
that's fun. That's fun.
So our yearly audit is going on right now. So I've got to prep as much as I can.
Yeah. To
keep everyone busy while I'm away, so that I don't come back and nothing's been done. So I'm excited. This last year was amazing. This year is even going to be more amazing.
And it's
if I have anything to say about it. So.
Heck yeah! And I'm thinking it's going to be I'm super excited because we're already starting off to get to see people that we're chatting with right now. You know, at the end of this week. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's one of the things that's amazing about... That's why the conventions and meetup and type things are always tops of my list because it's like a coming together of family that you haven't seen in years, right?
Yeah, it's really
even though we see each other, you know, every yearly maybe at a convention, it's like you haven't seen them for years and it's like you get to see them finally.
Yeah, it's cool.
Because you come together and have all these amazing experiences and you go your separate ways. And you don't see each other again until the next time. Mm-hmm. And it's really it's I guess it's great and weird at the same time because you have like a small window of trying to push as much fun as you can with people you don't get to see much. So
oh, except for Dean, who's at the game store. We're not going to get to see Dean much.
Dean lives at the game store.
We need to have an excuse. We need an excuse.
We're going to go to Hawaii and we're going to visit the local game store.
Like, hey, is Dean here?
Are you Dean? Are you Dean? Are you Dean?
I'm going to have one of those signs like they do at the airport, looking for Dean. It's on. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
And someday, Jobby, we're going to go to Essen. And you'll have to show up that day and we can at least, like...
road trip,
shake hands and high five.
Drive around in the mountains of Germany. Ridiculous. Yes.
We are good. Essen. Essen's probably 2 or 3 years out for us, but we're planning on going someday.
Wait, what month is it?
Essen's like, I want to say October? Maybe.
That's going to be hard for me to get off. Okay. It'll happen someday. Someday. That would be amazing. Again, that's another place that has the potential. You may not be able to get me back home. I'm just saying.
Know. So we want to do a Germany trip, but do maybe a day of Essen, but then mix in
castles,
and all
beer,
all sorts of
bratwurst,
all sorts of
Schnitzel.
Historical stuff.
Yes, all the things.
I'll see where all my old Germanic words come from.
Oh dear Lord! And I have to go back and drag Hunter out of some jail for insulting people when he doesn't even know what he's saying. It'll be so exciting. I guess I better start learning German.
All right, let's wrap her up. I'm tired. I worked all day. And that's the reason we were late because I rolled in.
I know we're like, we're not ready
almost
yet,
8 o'clock,
oh, it's
and had to eat. I wolfed down dinner and did the video. So, just to recap, Rebecca's latest video came out today.
It did.
Her top 100. I think it was 50 to 41.
Woo woo.
40 to 31 is already loaded and scheduled for Thursday, and then we're going to hopefully record the next two.
We got this
before we leave for the cruise, so that they'll be available next Tuesday and Thursday, and then we'll see what happens from there. So, I'm tired. Get me out of here.
That's right. You guys are awesome. It's been a wonderful year just spending time with you guys in any which way we can, and we look forward to making some more memories at the end of this week. We'll see you soon. Bye.
See you on the cruise. Maybe. If you're going.
Hopefully.
If you're going. If not, we'll see you next time.
See you in the chat.
All right. What am I doing? I'm so tired. Bye.